Thanks, Timo. Good morning, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank the city of Oulu and the organizations of the Global Forum for this great event. I think it's kind of a unique conference where we can exchange with different, I would say, industry and coming from around the world and have a different perspective on the aspect on innovations, digitalizations, and all the important topic on, I would say, apply on our industry. Unfortunately, today, Tom Phillips cannot come to this event, and I will try to replace him. And during this 10 to 15 minutes, I will try to give you my perspective on the incentive for the investment in this digital world. I don't have slides, so I will try to make as clear as possible and try to details the key, I would say, topic or directions we believe is quite important. Suvi mentioned a number. I think I'll try not to repeat, but I think a number of aspects she explained and mentions are absolutely key for the development and the innovations in the digital world. But first of all, I would like to start with the beginning where we are now in terms of telecommunications market. Now, the telecommunications market are changed dramatically, but we are still, I would say, regulated with the same set of rules which has been done and developed back to the end of the 90s. However, in terms of service, solutions, applications, innovations, we are changing radically. I mean, new applications, I'm sure that you are all using apps. Broadband connectivity, even if it's still a big challenge, and the Broadband Commission is working to make sure that around the world everybody will get access in an affordable way to the broadband connectivities. But in some regions and in some countries, and Finland is one of the key champions, we see that we have great connectivities, completely changed the way that we are consuming digital content. Recently, the EU institutions have started or initiated an initiative to modernize and we hope to reduce regulations on our market. The idea is really to make sure that we have the right incentive to address this new wave, I would say, of investments and the new development of mobile broadband communications. But to succeed, we think that now it's the right time to think differently and believe that we need to address a clear long-term thinking to accelerate the development of this mobile broadband. And this could be done through an appropriate regulatory framework. We need a forward-looking policy and regulatory framework to make sure that investment and innovations will be the key drivers for this new century. Also, we have to think carefully about the citizens. We have a number of sessions yesterday, and I think today we will continue the dialogue and the discussions on how the citizens should and must receive the same level of protections and also must understand what are these protections when they use similar or same services. So we have a unique opportunity now to create a new business environment, change the rule, and make sure that we have the right incentive for this investment in this mobile and broadband sectors. How to do it? We think that having a flexible, light-touch regulations, and I will give you a bit more about what I mean by light-touch regulations, it's absolutely essential. As Suvi mentions, we know that our industry in some certain regions or countries is heavily taxes, and this is a clear barrier for the investment and the incentive associated to these investments. So having the right level of regulations, including taxations, will help to manage this type of development and investment. Now about the resource which help at this deployment and development of the mobile broadband. Spectrum. Spectrum is the lifeblood, the oxygen, the fuel of an industry. It's clear that with the development of new applications, the multiplications of connections and connectivities, the data traffic is just growing exponentially. A number of forecasts shown by Ericsson or Cisco give you an idea about where we are in terms of trends and what we can expect in terms of forecasts. I will not challenge any number, but just look at the tendency and trends. We know that data traffic is increasing, and we are expecting to have a tenfold increase in the next 4 to 5 years. What it means? It means that we need to respond to this demand. Of course, new technology and new solutions develop in different standards, and we had this discussion on standard and harmonized standard, which is quite important for industry, will help to cope with this data traffic increase. Also, we are changing our topology of network. Densifying the network, small cells, is also quite important. But the fundamental element which help us to continue this, which help to cope with this data traffic will be spectrum. And I think this year it's a unique opportunity to respond to this demand and prepare the futures. Next month in Geneva, the World Radio Conference 2015 will start. We know that this is a crucial milestone for the industry to elaborate and prepare the futures. Of course, the spectrum which will be identified for mobile broadband at this conference will not be used the day after. But we need to prepare for the next 10 years what will be the picture that we want to provide for the mobile broadband. So next month, a lot of discussions will happen in Geneva. We hope a good success and a good understanding on the situation and the future will be taken into account to make sure that spectrum will not be a bottleneck, but an enabler for the future of mobile broadband. Now, in terms of applications and new, I would say, innovations regarding the way we're using connectivities. IoT, M2M communication has been a key word in the past days here, but also in other conferences. And we believe that a positive, I would say, socio-economic benefit will be associated to this IoT. It's how to apply the connectivities to different industry and verticals. I mean, M-Health is absolutely key. Smart city will help. M-Automotive, and so on. Industry 4.0, like we see an initiative in Germany, is quite important. But we also know that this is a nascent business. And to get this nascent business growing up, we need to understand how to work and how to elaborate the right policy and regulatory framework to facilitate the investment and facilitate the incentive for these innovations. We think that light touch, again, and flexible model should be applied to the IoT. There is no one model, and there are a number of aspects of IoT that I will not detail here, but if you want, we can discuss a number of elements of the development of IoT, which could be done through different perspectives and different directions. As I said, we are just at the nascent, it's just a nascent business, and we need to give all these options and ability from an operator perspective to look at the directions and make sure that they associate their environment, their understanding about the market with the possibility to develop and implement and innovate in the IoT world. Also, and I know that this is a very, I would say, live debate, but just one word about traffic management. When we talk about IoT, I do believe that traffic management is also absolutely key. Managing the transmissions of bit of informations for one specific applications versus a more critical applications need to be also well understood. We also understand that single traffic type, in the context of single traffic types, operators should not discriminate in favor of any content providers. But among the different traffic type, we think that the flexibility could help for this development of IoT. Just for information, at the GSMA, we recently announced a new initiative called Mobile IoT Initiative. We are supported by 26 or 30 leaders, including mobile operators or members, but also OEM, chipset, infrastructure company. And the idea is really to address the use of what we call low power wide area, LPWA, which is one aspect of the IoT in the licensed spectrum. We do believe that we can, by combining all this industry together, we can help to demonstrate, showcase, and facilitate and faster the implementations of this type of solutions. Now I would like to finish my keynote by the 5G. I mean, the 5G is now a key topic. We are talking a lot about 5G, and the industry as well as the institutions and also some regulators and governments are currently and actively investigating the 5G. And Oulu is kind of the pioneer in terms of 5G. But it's important to really understand what is a 5G and what kind of applications we want to associate or we can support with the 5G. Just to give you the picture of where we are now in terms of connectivities. In terms of world mobile connections, 60% or over 60%, 63% now still rely on 2G connections. 35% or around 35 or 32% on 3G and only 5% on 4G. This is the reality of the market today worldwide. We are just at the beginning of the journey to this 4G. In terms of investment and in terms of mobile industry, we are expecting to invest for the period 2014-2020, 1.7 trillion. And this 1.7 trillion of US dollar will not be on the 5G, will be on the implementations on the 4G. So we are moving step by step. We know that with the 4G, we can bring good value, innovations, and infrastructure appropriate for the development of the broadband, and 5G will come after. About this 5G, we understand that there are two main, I would say, directions to associate 5G. One is what we call the service level view, where we try to provide some extreme and reliable communications. Another one is what we call the traditional generational view, where we try to improve the performance. When I say improve the performance, is improve the data rate as well as reducing the latency. Last week, I think it was in Phoenix, the 3GPP organized a workshop and they tried to elaborate a bit more about the 5G. From our understanding, a broad consensus now is moving on and they see 3 high-level cases, which match pretty well with the 2 views that I exposed before. One is on the enhanced mobile broadband, so improving the performance, data rate, latency. The other one is massive machine-type communications. And if you remember what I said about the IoT, we do believe that by having this cellular component in the IoT or in the massive machine-type communications will help to support new innovations in this field. And the last one is ultra-reliable and low-latency communications. Of course, we are just at the beginning, and I know that this afternoon some visits are organized to discuss with the University of Oulu and VTT to show their demonstrator trial and try to understand what will be the directions of this 5G. But 5G, like the other technology, will definitely need additional spectrum. And I would like to come back, and that will be my last point, to this WRC, World Radio Communications Conference 2015, where they will shape the spectrum for the next 5 to 10 years. But also, during this conference, we will discuss the future of the 5G by elaborating a new agenda item or new topic to discuss additional spectrum for 5G. And that will be absolutely crucial, and that's why I want to really insist on this WRC, be absolutely crucial to find the appropriate way to structure the spectrum need for today, tomorrow, and also for the 5G. Thank you.
And then we have Mika Lautanala to go through mobile initiative, a new one that has been kind of supported by Tekes.
Yes, thank you, Timo. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I will talk about about how digitalization is changing the mobility or transportation of people and goods. If you think about how digitalization has impacted our lives, I would say that on my personal level it has been a